Hey, welcome to another episode of the show. Today I am going to be pulling the heads off the engine, going to Hocks and getting those rear diff bushing things for the T-brace finally pushed in, and then I'm going to get the diff back into the car. I'm just waiting on coilovers. They should be here Monday. So once the coilovers are arrived, I'm going to be putting that all in, put everything back together pretty much, and then yeah, hopefully next week I'll be getting the heads resurfaced and the valve stem seals put in, and then I'll be able to put the engine back together with all the bits and yeah, put it back into the car, and hopefully it's sweet. It just needs a tune after that, and I just need to get some tires put onto the rims. So I've got most of everything that I need to do. It's literally at the pointing end of the whole project build. So pretty excited. Still a lot ahead of me to get done, but hopefully today we can do a big chunk of that, and yeah, hopefully soon it'll be back on the road, because I'm really missing driving a fast car and not a shitty little 3-cylinder thing. So let's do it. Here's some of the parts that arrived. We've got the Killer Bee Motorsport baffle, Killer Bee Motorsport oil pickup, the RCM oil pumps arrived. We've got these billet sort of little hubs for the front drive. I just need to make some gearbox plugs up. We've got the water pump over here. We've got the new, these things, the Group N engine mounts. Group N engine mounts. We've got a thermostat from Mishimoto. I've got all the seals required for putting the engine back together pretty much. Some new gaskets, you know, water hoses for the turbo, oil drain hoses and stuff like that, some manifold gaskets. Got pretty much everything we need. Got some more parts downstairs, some valve stem seals. So yeah, now it's time for me to write out a list of everything that I need to do on this whiteboard so I don't forget anything. Don't want to leave oil out of the car or something in some bit and have it all blow up later on. So I'm just going to make a checklist on this big whiteboard, leave it in the engine bay so I can make sure that I've got everything done. So we'll do that, then we'll pull the engine apart, and yeah, we'll get going on that. a bit of a tip while you're doing this. Make sure that you have like a separate box for, say, this is the left-hand side. It's got the cans. It's got sort of little all of the parts for the left side that were inside, and then what I've got over here is all of the parts that are on top of the engine. So, or you know, like the bolt seals and the bolts that held on the rocker cover gasket, the coil packs, the cam sensors and stuff like that. I like to section off everything, just because you don't want to have it all sitting in one place. So when you put it all back together, you're just like, where does all this go, sort of thing. So yeah, it's just a small tip. Oh yeah, by the way, I keep changing clothing because I've been doing this throughout the week rather than just on the weekend at once. There's a fair bit of stuff to do. So yeah, I've been spreading it out rather than just doing it all in one day and being really tired.
Face to face, I found my pain beneath the lies and broken dreams. Lost the love I had in me, it tore me apart, fade away.
Just on my way over to Hock's Mod Shop, I'm gonna go press those bushings in and see how his car's going. So, hell yeah, let's do it.
You're feeling low, just know that you can, yes you can. There's life in love that you hold. Rise above and let it glow. Just know that it's never too late to make a change. crash and burn. I found myself beneath the emptiness. Wanting more, I let it go. Holding on to love. Breaking through.
Big shout out to Hox Mods as always, coming out with the goods and helping me out. So check him out. Like I'll put his Facebooks here. If you ever need any work, mad dude, does awesome work. Alright, so I pulled off all of these, so the water pump, the oil cooler for the oil filter, and basically the lines that go across the top of the engine. And what I've done is I've gone and got this new, about a meter each of the two different types of heater hose on the car. So what I'm going to do is just go in and replace pretty much all of the old decaying stuff. That way I'm not going to have any problems. Most of it is really hard and basically flaking off, so it's pretty much, you got to do it while the engine's out, otherwise I'll be getting into a really hard area to sort of reach into once the car's back in, like the engine's back in the car. So yeah, this is what we got to do.
Let it crash and burn. This one for the person who feels alone. This one for the hero who has no home. This one for the one who live for hope. Changing better days. Pick your head up, keep on fighting, living, loving. Make your mind up. If you want it, take it, fly away. Soaring high above the clouds. Hear the voices calling now. Oh, you want love. Crash and burn, I found myself beneath the emptiness. Make your mind up. Wanting more, I let it go. Holding on to love. Breaking through, I feel alive. For once in my life, I'ma live by the one to be all I can. Let the rest just crash and burn. Let the rest just crash and burn.
Alright, so now we've got the oil pump and water pump together. I'm going to adjust the lash on the diff, put the diff back in, then adjust the lash using some oil-based paint, make sure that the teeth are actually connecting nice and happy. If not, I'll have to get some shims to sort of move the diff around so the engagement's good, because the last thing you want is the diff giving out because of, you know, it not engaging properly with the pinion, the crown wheel with the pinion. So yeah, let's do that. Alright, so we got that bolted in. So now what I'm going to do is I've got some oil-based paint and I'm going to put some on the crown wheel and turn it around until it's contacting the piston the whole way around, and we'll be able to actually see where the contact on the pinion to the crown wheel is to make sure that it's not, you know, on too much to the side or too much, you know, either way or something like that, or it's not contacting properly. So what I'm going to do, spin a bit on here. This is oil-based paint, so it will be able to be basically degreased off. So I'll spin this around. Looking at the contact patch, it's actually pretty much in the middle, which is awesome. Alright, so fair bit done over the weekend. We got the oil pump in, we got the water pump in, we got pretty much all of the heater hose lines and anything that's got coolant running through it, and pretty much most of it back together. I just need to go grab a sump O-ring, and I need to grab a O-ring for the oil filter cooler, so I can put that back on and seal up the sump, and pretty much most of the block done that way. Then all we got to do is go to Chilton's, take the heads to be resurfaced. Once those are resurfaced, then the head gaskets and the new ARP head studs can go back on, as well as the Group N engine mounts. So pretty much it's on the final bits. Like this week should be the coilovers coming in. Once the coilovers are in, I can put the whole rear end back together. The diff lash was good. Out of memory on my camera, so I couldn't show you the final bit of the adjusting of the diff, but basically I'm happy with how the teeth are interweaving with the crown wheel and the pinion. They seem to be actually pretty centralized, which is good. And so all I got to do, I spent probably 20 minutes cleaning out the diff from all of the paint that was inside it, and now I just got to pretty much put it back together with a T-brace, put that back into the car, fill it up, and yeah, so we're getting close, and I'm starting to get a bit excited. I wish I had more time in the day and more weekdays off, because the weekdays are the ones that are killing me. So hopefully I'll be able to get everything done that I need to this week, and yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Driftsti.